Hey, Facebook, and welcome replay viewers, replay watchers. Thank you for coming on. We are live and it's Monday. And I was kind of inspired by, for today's topic by, one, my past experiences and past choices and decisions, but also by some of the people who, a person in particular, but some of the people who have been reaching out to me. Hey, Rihanna. So if you are hopping on, do me a favor, say hello in the comments, even if you're watching on the replay. Say hello, let me know that you're here. I'm going to quickly introduce myself. My name is Kristen Iris. I am a writer, visionary, and transformation mentor. And I help female creatives and entrepreneurs to clear the old bullshit beliefs and oppressive conditionings that are holding them back, heal their past and their spirit, and show up in the world very powerfully and fully expressed in who they are so they can create the life, the relationships, the business that they truly desire and deserve. And today's topic is about choice and the choices that we make and the choices that we make to act and the choices we make not to act. Hey, Katie, I think I saw you on there. Your name didn't pop up, but I think I saw a little heart from you. So thanks for that. Again, if you're coming on to say hello in the comments, so I can see that it's you. So I want to start this off, first of all, by letting you guys know I am like a recovered excuse maker. Okay. Like I was a big excuse maker, and I don't mean that I was lazy or I didn't act. I was a fucking hard worker. I was ambitious. I went after shit. Okay. But when it came down to making decisions, I was always finding the reason for why I can't. It's like, hey, Markeisha, it's like I was looking for always looking for like the absolute perfect solution where there was no way that it wasn't going to work. Okay. I'm a very like in my head, think everything to death kind of person. So for me, if someone had an idea, it was always the first thing that came to my mind was why I couldn't do that. No, I can't do that. And it was always about it not being good enough. No, I can't do that because it wasn't like the perfect thing that I wanted. And those are even like for smaller decisions, but I'm talking about for bigger decisions. So tell me, like, drop a 1 in the comments if you have, this should probably be everybody, but if you've ever had something that you really wanted to do and you said, I can't because whatever. And I'll tell you the 2 top things that people say are, I don't have time and I don't have enough money. I don't have the time to. I can't because I don't have time. I have to XYZ. I can't because I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money in my account. And I've said that before. Okay. I've had, even like with coaches, I've been like, I literally don't have it. I couldn't charge it if I tried right now. And I'm going to get back to that in a minute. There we go. Markeisha put a 1. See, let's be honest, guys. This is, I almost said episode. That's what it feels like. This is a live streaming where we're going to get into some truth speaking here. So like, be honest if you've ever said that. Now, here's the thing. Everything in life comes down to choice. All right. You choose to do something. You choose not to do something. You choose option A over option B over option C, or you choose multiple things, but everything comes down to choice. Now, if you are someone, I've actually had a couple of people do this, and I'm going to use this as an example. And I'm using it because I did the same thing with my coaches. All right. Now, I've had a couple of people come to me who are like, I know that I need a breakthrough. I'm stuck. I can't, just things feel like they're falling apart, where they're really frustrated. They feel like they are at their wit's end. Okay. And then we get to talking, and look, I know I'm not a fit for everybody. However, I've had a couple people who are like, yes, this is what I need. Your program is what I need. You are absolutely what I need. I know that I need this to break through. That if I don't do this, I'm not going to be able to get out of this place, and then chose not to work with me. Okay. And that's a choice, but that's my point, is that's a choice. If you are finding something that you're like, I know this is what I need. This is absolutely what I need to break through, and you are not taking action, you need to get really fucking honest with yourself about why, because it's not time and it's not money. And I say that as someone who has used money as the reason before. Okay. So if you're getting triggered by this, If you're like, no, but sometimes I really don't have the money, I encourage you to keep watching. Because there's a reason you're getting triggered. Because I'm challenging you to think differently about yourself and the decisions that you've made. So here's the thing. I did this same thing a couple of months ago. I actually did it a couple of months ago, where I had a coach a coaching program that I wanted to do. And I was like, I don't have the money. I can't charge it. Like, I don't even have a credit card where I could charge that much. So I had all these reasons why I can't. And then I was like, okay, what can I do to get the money? And then for every idea, it was all these reasons why I can't do that, or why that's not going to work, or why that's not going to be enough. Okay. And it got down to a point for me where it was like, do I need this? I to the point where I was like, I am stuck. I am really stuck. I do not know what else to do. I need this. And I found a way to make that shit happen. I didn't have the money at the time. Okay. And I found a way to make it happen. You can find a way to make things happen. If you find something, you're like, I know that I need this. Your choice is, am I going to make it happen, or am I not going to choose myself? Am I going to find all these excuses as to why, and then find these excuses so that I don't have to feel so bad about choosing not to take action? Okay, because here's the thing, when you're like, I don't have time, or I have this or that, or whatever other reason, which is really an excuse, what you're doing is you are putting yourself in a kind of victim mode where you're like, it's out of my hands. If I could do it, I would, but I can't. So you're putting yourself in a victim mode so that you don't actually have to take responsibility for the fact that you are choosing. You are making a choice not to take action. You are making a choice not to find the money. You are making a choice not to give whatever that thing is, the time or priority or whatever it is. All right. So if this is speaking to you, let me know. If you're starting to get triggered by this, just drop a 2 in the comments. Let me know. Or if this is speaking to you and you're like, yeah, I really haven't been that honest with myself about not why I chose not to act. So just drop a 2, and do me a favor, guys, share this out, because I know there are a lot of people out there who have not been taking action who need to get this message. So here's the thing. You have a choice. You always have a choice. Now, if you're like, I don't have the time, or I can't because I don't have the time, you need to get honest about what's the real reason. Is it, okay, I have the time because we all have time. I'm choosing not to prioritize this right now. There we go. Marquisha's being honest. She dropped a 2. So you need to get honest. Am I just using this as an excuse? Is this the easy to grab onto reason? I don't have time. I don't have the money. I don't have a card. There's always a way to find space or money or time to do something. It's a matter of choice. If you are choosing not to, then own that you're making that choice. I am choosing not to make this a priority right now. Okay, just like I had all those same excuses. I can't, I don't have the money, I couldn't charge it, for why I couldn't do the group program that I was in a couple of months ago. And I was like, you know what? I need to do this, and I made it work. I made it happen. Okay, so you have that option. Now, I actually talked to another coach a little bit after that, a couple months after that. And with her, this was like, the cost was a little bit beyond my means, but honestly, like, I straight up told her, I was like, I don't think I'm at the level where I need to work with you yet. Like, I think I need to wait a little bit. Like, I had to own that. I was like, I don't think I'm at the level of the people that you want to work with just yet, but I definitely want to work with you in the future. It wasn't, oh, I know I need to do this. I know that I need this right now, and I'm choosing not to. I was like, this isn't quite the right fit for me just yet. But you got to own that. So if you're like, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, et cetera, recognize right now that's an excuse. First of all, time is the biggest bullshit excuse that I have ever heard. And I say that as someone who used to say it all the time. Like, I'm speaking to you guys from experience for myself, and also with people that I've worked with. It is the biggest fucking excuse you are telling. It is the biggest lie you are telling yourself, is I don't have time. You have time. You're choosing not to prioritize it that way. And that's okay. That's a choice. Okay, I used to say that all the time. I don't have time to write. I'll write when. I'll write when I get my business going. I'll write when blah, blah, blah. And the truth was, I could have spent time writing instead of binge watching Netflix sometimes. I could have put more time into my writing. The truth was, I was afraid. I was afraid because I hadn't been writing in so long that I was afraid I was going to come back to it and I was going to absolutely suck. And oh no, what if I can't ever be a writer because I spent all this time away from it? It was fear. I came back to it. I was fine, but it's the same thing especially when you're talking about a quantum leap forward in your evolution. If you're talking about big change, like you're like, I am at my wit's end, my life sucks, or things suck and I don't know what to do. And you find an option that you're like, I need this. And you choose not to take it and then keep complaining about your life. I mean, you had an option. You have an option in front of you. You chose not to take it. So get honest with yourself about why. Now, here's the thing. There's some other reasons why you might be coming up with these other excuses. Things that you aren't necessarily conscious of. And I'm going to lay some of them out. Is one, you're afraid of the results that are going to happen. It can be scary creating change. Okay. It can be scary stepping into a place of quantum leaping forward, of transformation, because when you get there, when you start getting really honest about the things in your life that need to change and start making massive change, it means making massive change. It means that there are probably people in your life who are going to have to go, or people in your life who are now going to have beef with you because you are showing up in a different way than they're used to. They're comfortable with how you've been. Okay. So those changes, or making a big life change, or, these are some of the things that come up when you start making big change. And if you're afraid of that, you're going to find excuses to not step forward. And you're going to find excuses that seem like legitimate reasons so that you don't have to feel bad about your choice. And it's not just like people that might have to change. It might be your entire I totally want to change careers. That might be something that comes up. It might mean, honestly, not even necessarily just change, but big transformation also means getting, like we're doing here, getting really, really honest with yourself about the things the lies you've been telling yourself. Okay? The lies you've been telling yourself in your life. It also means getting really honest with yourself about how you yourself have perpetuated your own situation, how you've continued patterns, how you've made maybe not good decisions in the past. And that can be scary because sometimes it can come with shame or guilt and you don't know how to handle those feelings. This is why it actually is really helpful to have a mentor or a coach, because they are someone who can support you through that. Because when those icky feelings like shame and guilt start coming up, we can pull back from it really quick and start coming up with all these excuses. Well, I did it because, well, I did this because, well, I really loved him, or whatever the fuck it is. And so it can be really good to have a coach or a mentor there to hold you accountable to speaking that truth and to owning your role in your own situation. This is one of the things that I do with my clients. It's actually one of the 5 key pillars of transformation that I work with them on, which is radical responsibility. Also involves truth speaking. But this is what I mean. Some of the reasons is that you might be afraid of what's actually going to come up when you create a change. You might be afraid of the truths that you have to speak. You might be afraid of the changes that you have to make. A lot of those things coming into fear. Now, other category of reasons why you might be looking for these excuses are that you feel like you're not actually worthy of the change, or you feel like you are not worthy of investing in yourself. This is in particular if you're doing a coaching thing or something that you feel is expensive, is you feel like, I really want this change, but deep down, you're like, but I don't deserve to invest in myself like this. Or I don't feel like I'm allowed to invest in myself like this. I don't have permission to. And that is a block that needs to be overcome as well. Because if you're sitting there and you're like, I know that I want more for myself, that's all you need. You don't need anyone else's permission. You don't need anyone else to tell you it's okay to do what is best for you in your life. You don't need anybody else to, give you the go ahead. All you need is to know, I want more for my life and this is going to get me there. And then make that decision and go for it. And it is hard. It is hard because we, in particular women, have been conditioned to put everyone else first, to not think of ourselves, that if we think of ourselves and we do things for ourselves, then we are selfish or snobby or entitled. And all of that is fucking bullshit. Okay, you get one life. I mean, if you believe in reincarnation, that's cool. But usually when you're reincarnated, you don't remember your last life. So you get one life. Fucking live it. Make the choices that are best for you. Don't let other people tell you what's okay. And if that's something that's coming up for you, then we definitely, this is something that I actually work with people on, is what are the messages that you've gotten that are still holding you back? Messages like that. I'm not allowed to invest in myself. I'm not allowed to put money into and time and energy into my own self-care and my own development, unless it's just purchasing a book or buying a DVD. I'm not allowed to invest in a program. I'm not allowed to invest in a coach or a mentor. I'm not allowed to, go to this event that's going to be transformative. Yes, you are. You are allowed to. Okay. In fact, put that in the comments. Type it out. I am allowed. I have permission, whichever one you want. I am allowed, or I have permission. Because you do. If you want somebody to give you permission, I'm giving you permission right now. You have permission. Because like I said, you have this one life. So this is what I mean about our choices. Everything comes down to choice. Choosing to act and choosing not to act. Not moving forward with something is a choice. Not moving forward with something because of time is bullshit. That's an excuse. It's a lie that you're telling yourself. Stop lying to yourself. Like, get honest. If you're going to choose not to do something, just be fucking honest with yourself about why. Just be honest with yourself. Because the only person you're hurting by lying to yourself about your reason is you. And if you're like, okay, I don't have the money now, what can I do to get the money? That's a response that you can give yourself. If you actually feel like it's money, it's all right, then what do I have to do to make this happen? But if your response is I can't, instead of what do I have to do to make this happen, you're making excuses. And you need to stop and ask yourself, what is this really about? What am I afraid of? Am I afraid that something's going to come up? Am I afraid about this truth that is nagging in the back of my fucking head that I don't want to admit to myself, but I know that I'm going to need to? Do I feel like I'm not worthy of this, or like I'm not allowed to invest in myself? These are big ones that come up. So even with I'll do it later. Like I said, like for me with one coach, I was like, I don't think this is the right fit for me just yet. Okay, that was a matter of me acknowledging that wasn't a right fit. Not, I want to, and I know that I need this, but I'm not going to do it right now. Because of X, Y, and Z reason that's not a legit reason. So if you are coming up with excuses for not taking action, you need to get really fucking honest with yourself. If this is triggering for you and you're getting a little pissed off at me, good. It means that something's coming up. It means that there's some truth coming up that you're not quite listening to. And I encourage you to ask yourself, what's really going on? Why am I feeling defensive? Why am I feeling a little pissed off right now? Is it because you knew that you could have taken action and you chose not to? So here's the thing. Like I said, there are all these messages around us, sometimes that can tell us why you're not worthy to, why you can't do this. All these old fears that you're afraid of coming up when it comes to like quantum leaping and transformation. These are the things that I work with people with. So if you're like, you know what, I do want to create a change. I want to stop making excuses and I need someone to call me out on it and keep me accountable and guide me through, then we should chat. You can go to ignitethrivecreative.com/mentorship and submit, there's a form there. You can submit an application for mentoring with me, and we'll get on a free call just to see how we're a good fit. I can learn a little bit more about you and what's coming up for you. You can learn a little bit more about me and what it would be like to work with me. But this will be a chance for you to actually step up and make a change for yourself. Okay, get honest about why you're not taking action and make a change for yourself because you deserve it. And this is the work that I do with people, is this quantum leap, this transformation, getting clear on what's really blocking you, those old fears, clearing out those old oppressive beliefs, and stepping into who you truly are. Like the parts of you that you've been hiding away, the parts of you that you've been making smaller because they're not acceptable, and really owning who you truly are, loving all of who you are, and stepping into the power of that person, so that you can create what you really want for your life. So if that sounds like you're like, this is what I want, this is what I need, reach out to me. You can even PM me if you have questions as well. I'll put a link in the comments afterward, but it's ignitethrivecreative.com/mentorship. I am taking applications for my one-on-one 3-month mentorship, and I'm only taking on 3 people for September. So not a lot of spots. So you definitely want to get in there and get that application in. And that way we can get to chatting and see if we would be a good fit to work with each other. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please share this out. If you have any questions or comments, put them in the comments, or you can PM me separately. And that's about this topic in general, not about the mentorship. You can PM me. If you have any questions about this topic, put them in the comments, or anything that's coming up for you in listening to this, put it in the comments and let me know. And, I like a little dialogue. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you on the next broadcast.